Okay, cool. So I just wanted to do this because, and thank you for doing this with me, Camille.
It's okay.
Camille?
Camelia.
Camellia. My apologies. I like when I go around, I just like to sort of encapsulate my journeys a little bit, and I think you had an interesting perspective. You were teaching me a lot about, you know a little bit about Milan and then Romania, where you come from as well. Uh, what I'm interested in this moment right now, particularly, is you were telling me that you have a contract that you can't show your face because of modeling.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering, like, how does that feel having that? Because I'm trying to imagine being in your position, and it just seems like a
It's
weird contract. Because the world we live in today, there's so much video and photos just
no.
happening all
I
around
can
us.
do videos. I can do like if I want to make a photo with my friends and everything, I can do it. But I can't show like I'm sponsoring Primark, for example, or something like this. And because I'm an introvert, I don't care about it because I'm not gonna make a lot of videos of myself when I go in travelings. Maybe if I'm just with my friends, I'm gonna take a video with all of us, but not just me. I don't.
Okay, and you're allowed to do that. You just can't post it.
No, I can do with my friends and everything, but I can't promote
You
like
can't promote something. You
yeah,
can't promote like a brand or anything else.
yeah, not
So
intentionally.
okay,
If
but
I make a photo in front of McDonald's, for example, and I don't say like, "Oh my God, McDonald's,"
yeah.
it's okay. But it depends on
So for this purpose, you just want to
yeah,
make sure that you don't breach anything, just in
yeah.
case.
Because if with my mother agency, it's like 20,000 euros if I breach that, and I don't tell my
Holy
agent.
fuck!
Yeah.
And you lose your agent, you lose everything.
No, no, I don't lose it, but I have to pay it. If I didn't tell her and we didn't talk and everything, it was okay.
Wow, that seems pretty severe.
No, it's just to make herself because if I take a job and without telling her and I get the money and I don't tell her, she will be mad, of course, because she has her commission from every job I have and
Yes,
everything.
yes. So I'll just be completely honest with what I'm doing. I don't make a penny. I just do it for my enjoyment,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I just do it because I hope that other people might be interested in hearing others others' perspectives, really. Um, but but yeah, how does that feel in general? Just modeling and like I'm sure there's other restrictions you have. Are there other weird restrictions?
No.
Or that's the biggest one. You just can't.
Yeah, I can't make a deal without talking with her before, but
Okay.
usually just we talk and we have trust between each other, like we are like a family, and
Okay. All right. So when you first explained it to me, it seemed a little bit more restricting, but now that makes a little bit more sense.
yeah,
It's like with any relationship with an agent, you don't go
yeah.
behind their back. Okay, that makes sense. Um, and how, like, I remember we were talking yesterday. You were saying it it wasn't something you really thought you would ever get into, or you thought you would want to, or you. It's not something you care to continue with. It's just something that right now works for you, that you enjoy doing.
I
That
travel, I meet new people.
yeah, it's very very advantageous.
Yeah,
Um, but forgive me, it's you're what you're studying right now. You said it was cybernetics or
yeah,
data analysis,
yeah. IT.
and that. Would you call that a passion?
I don't know. For real, I don't know. It's something that will guarantee me that I will have something to back on if modeling doesn't work or if I don't know what to do with my life. Everyone hires in IT or something related with IT. And what I'm studying, it's also with economics, with statistics and everything, and I can choose from a lot of fields. And I'm good at math and economics, so perfect for
Perfect.
me.
And you're interested in it. It's like
Yeah, economics and
you can do
maths.
that,
Yeah.
and like so you could just sit and work on data
Yeah.
analysis for 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, and you think you'd
Yeah,
be
because it's
content?
math
Yeah.
and it's something with economic, and
Yeah.
I'm good at it, so
Oh yeah. And how does it's an interesting question, but how do like they're both very prestigious things, but in different ways, right? You say, I'm a model, right? That comes with certain prestige, right? People are like, oh, you're beautiful. And then if you say, oh, I'm into IT, whatever, people are like, oh, you're smart. Do you find that one has more prestige? It's different prestige, but do you enjoy the more physical pres- prestige versus the intellectual prestige, or how would you relate those two?
since when I was little, everyone told me that I was beautiful. And my mom, there's a saying in my country uh, that the beauty dies quickly, but the mind stays there. And she told me that I have to study, I have to have a lot of knowledge and everything. And that's why, yeah, I enjoy using my beauty and making some money and traveling and seeing, meeting people from the fashion industry, from TV, because I met a lot of journalists and everything. Like, and I've met from Formula One people. I mean, it's a lot of people that I couldn't have been in a relationship with without
Yeah.
modeling. But IT is something that I like. I didn't study it in school. In school, pardon me, but it was something that I was really good, and I said, okay, I'm gonna try to develop that too. And I developed my knowledge and myself in both ways.
But so, and I know this isn't like your answer is much more relevant how that feels to you, and that's awesome. But another side of it is how people perceive that, and sometimes we get like a little bit of boost from how people perceive us. Um, if you're telling someone, oh, I'm going into IT, does that bring like acclamation? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, everyone is proud of me because I'm doing both modeling and IT in the same time. And well, actually, my grandpa, he doesn't care. We have someone in my family that's just finished accounting. She's accountant now, and he tells everyone, "Oh, she's just an accountant, and she moved to the Netherlands, and she makes a lot of money." And I was like, "Yeah, I make money too, Grandpa. Hi, hello." But he doesn't care. It's just
Oh, that sucks.
the perspective, because some people, they like that I'm both smart and beautiful. Some people are just like, oh, she has it all, so we don't care. And it depends on the people.
That seems like a difficult place to be in to try to seems like there could be a lot of weight there. Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure being in your position?
Maybe, but I don't let it, I just go with the flow. I don't let people a lot. If I don't know that person very, very well, if I didn't know that person for at least 2 years, so I know that they matter very much to me. I don't let their perspective or their words to try to bring me
But even
down.
like your grandpa, right? You've known him your entire life, I'm assuming. And you don't let his words affect you. So it
Oh,
depends on the person, right?
it depends, because he just does that. He doesn't acknowledge what I do, just to mess with me, to make jokes because of me, because he knows that I would say, "Hey, I'm here," and he said, "Oh, I didn't know you were here," so, or something like that, to make us laugh.
Yeah. That's great. No, because I don't know. If I tried to put myself in that position, it, from what I see of you, you seem like a very relaxed, very easygoing person. Like, uh, but if I try to put myself in that position, I feel like I'd be pretty stressed out.
But it's funny because everyone, when I'm doing a modeling job, and when they ask me, "Oh, so you are a student?" and I say, "Yes," and "What do you study?" and I say, "Cybernetics," and that is IT, and everyone's, how old are you that you're doing also modeling and you study IT, and when do you have the time and when do you have that? And I'm like, I'm a super kid and I can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the people's face when I tell them that I'm both a model and a student, and it's funny. I love it.
And but if you were, here's a question. If you were the only person in the world, obviously there's a lot of semantics from that. Yes, this wouldn't exist, these things wouldn't exist. But I guess I'll say this. If you couldn't get that reaction that you're saying, that reaction when you tell people you're doing both things, if you couldn't have that, do you think you would still be interested in doing what you're doing?
Yeah. I love doing that because people just, they are very surprised of me because, as I was saying, I'm not just beauty, I have brains too.
But if
Because when you see you and you heard a girl, she's a model, usually
Yeah.
she, either she doesn't go to college
Yeah.
or she just doesn't do a very good college, just something to have a diploma or something.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm not like that.
But so what I'm wondering, like, if you never could have that, if people didn't care, if you didn't get that look of surprise from people, would what you're doing still be as impactful to you?
Yeah, because it's for me. First and foremost, I'm doing this for me.
Okay.
I'm doing-
Because that's what I'm curious about. I'm curious about what. Because that's why I love people. That's because I think we have the same passion inside of us, and then we just choose to do that for different things. So I'm curious how that ties back to yourself inside.
Well, I'm a knowledge freak. I have a hunger to know something and to learn about things and historical things, economic things, everything. And for me, learning new things very complicated. I like to complicate myself in everything I do. I don't take the easy path, never. But this being in the IT world and meeting some very smart people and having a lot of opportunities, it's something that I love. And modeling is something that uh, models me as a person.
Well, I wonder, is it? Do you look at it as a form of art? Do you look at modeling as like an art form? Because I mean, of course, yes, you're working with brands and it's all commercial and it's all capitalistic, yes. But beside that, like when you're just working with a photographer, you're creating a piece of art, wouldn't you say? Do you feel that when you're working?
Well, I'm stressed about did the picture looks good. My face looked good. My hair, it's okay. The product, it's okay. I mean, when I'm in the zone of modeling and I'm doing the job, I think a lot of so many things that I don't think it's an art. It's a job. You have to do your thing and be perfect at it and be nice to people because there are a lot of girls that are not so nice and
There's a lot of models that are rude to like photographers
they just don't care.
or
They're like if they have been in this field for a long time, they are like, okay, I came here, I'm the model, I'm the centerpiece. You have to give me food, you have to give me that.
very egotistical.
Yeah. And if you are very friendly to the people, they will be friendly to you. So
Okay. So it seems like it's a high stress situation. Like you don't get to flow.
yeah, you can, but when you have something very important, if it's just an okayish brand, like something not very huge, you are very relaxed. But if it's something with a huge project, huge budget and everything, you are a lot more stressed to make certain that everything is perfect.
Can you give me an example? Can you tell me a story of a time, maybe a time when you were more stressed, or maybe a time when you were less stressed?
More stress, I was my last job because it was high fashion. It was a very huge brand, and
What brand?
I can say it.
You can't say?
No.
Even though you're representing it?
No, because I've just done the job and we can't talk about its project.
Okay,
So,
fair enough. I was just curious.
no, I'm not representing that brand at the moment. We are in the talks and everything.
Got
But
it.
I was doing the pictures and we were all very stressed to make certain that everything was perfect.
When you say all of you, you're talking about the
Photographer,
photographers
his
and the...
assistants, the girl from makeup, she was very stressed to put the pieces perfect so it would look nice and my hair would look nice and everything. So we were all very stressed.
Okay. So it didn't feel like... I guess and I've never been in the modeling world, I have no idea, but I guess if I make an ideal image in my head, it's like, oh, like, how do I convey this? It's like you're making a painting or something. Like when a painter gets into the flow of it.
Yeah.
As a model, it's that same sort of flow. That's sort of what I'm imagining.
When you get yourself in the frame, like you have a melody or music or something, and you just go with the song. Usually, you have to pick a song special for the project because if you have something to be fashionista, sexy or something, and you put like a joyful song like happy, 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 you'll be like all smiles and you have to be mysterious and it's not gonna be perfect. Yeah.
That's so funny.
But when you get to that place where you concentrate on everything, you just move how you want and everything.
And that's almost the goal, is to create a product or to create an image without having to think about it. You just convey the attitude
Yeah.
that the brand wants to be associated with
Yeah.
their marketing.
The idea, because the brand today they can have a very happy project or happy campaigner, something like we are the best for children, and tomorrow they can be like mysterious for women, and 2 days from now they're gonna be very serious for men. It depends on the campaign.
Well, do they tell you beforehand? Because I'm sure it's a big thing. There's a lot of people involved, especially with these bigger brands, with the marketing departments and what they want to convey and their whole, I'm sure there's a lot of people putting their ideas in. But before you get the job, do they tell you, oh, it's going to be this sort of attitude? Do they tell you like their marketing strategy a little bit to help you understand where you fit in?
Not exactly, not always. Usually they tell you the brand and you go to their social media and you see what they usually do, because usually they get kind of the same thing. And when you get there, they're gonna tell you, before you do the makeup and everything to prepare yourself, they're gonna tell you, okay, today we're gonna do that and that. And while you are waiting to be ready, you're gonna think, okay, how can I be like that? But they help you. The photographer tells you, like, you can do your chin up a little bit, down a little bit, a little smile.
So that's what I'm curious about, because there's the fine details like that, which is like, smile a little bit more, smile a little bit less.
Yeah,
those
because
things.
you don't have a mirror and you can't see for
Yes,
yourself.
but then do they give you the overall attitude? Like
Usually,
we want you to evoke these qualities. Like, okay, here's the crux of my question. I just realized it. Does it feel like a creative act? Do you feel like you are creating something when you're working, or does it feel like you're just following along?
No, because like in all jobs, when you start in the morning, you don't have the attitude and everything. You are just more playful. You are very, very happy to be there, but you're not in the mood to work. But after a couple of minutes, when you start doing the photos and you do the test shoots, you first do the test shoots for them to make sure that the project is good, the people are in the mood, that your hair looks good, your face is good, that the client is happy, if the product you want to share it looks good.
Yeah.
And they do the test shoots, the lights and everything, and then you get yourself, because you just exercise like going on a bike. At the first you are clumsy, but then you start doing it and it's all perfect. That's how it is. The first photos you are not your best,
Yeah.
but from there you go with the flow and
Yeah.
get in the mood and everyone is happy.
And it sounds like that is a very, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like, I mean, like a flow state almost. You don't
Yeah,
have to
everyone,
think. You're just
because
acting.
you're the model and you are in front of the camera, you are the centerpiece, the product and you, and everyone wants to make sure you are in the good mood, where you are you are not sad, you are not hungry, you are not
Unless
thirsty.
they tell you to be pissed off. Maybe the marketing department wants you to be pissed off.
Yeah, they will tell you, and you're gonna be like
They're
very.
like, we're not gonna feed you. We
No,
want you to
no,
be.
they are-
No, I'm just joking at this
Yeah.
point. But imagine you got to a job and you're like, what the fuck? And then they just started taking pictures. They're like, yes, perfect. It's
Well,
exactly what we wanted.
They will put you some music and something like to make rock or something to make you in the mood, but they have to feed you. It's in the contract.
It's not like a meta way of like getting you in a position.
No, they will feed you.
No,
Because
of
then
course.
you get tired and you don't have the mood and anything, and they were like, okay, you have to eat.
Yes, exactly.
And they get hungry and they have to be fed, so everyone is happy.
I just thought that would be funny if they, I don't know why. I thought that would be an interesting setup. Of course, it would be terrible for everyone involved, but
Something like this didn't happen for me, so I don't know.
yes, I'm sure it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's funny if someone wanted you to be pissed off, so they actually got you pissed off. They're like, we don't want them to act. We want them to actually be pissed off at us, and then they did a photo. That'd be interesting, I think. Just conceptually. Again, I wouldn't want anyone to be in that position. No, it's a very, very interesting space to be in, and like you said, it grants you a lot of opportunities to travel and to meet people and to experience things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do before, which is, it's almost like I might use the word dream job. Do you feel like that resonates?
Well, something is smelling here. Well,
It's like burning.
yeah.
Something's burning. Anyways,
Anyway, modeling for me started like a hobby, and it still kind of is because I'm doing it in my free time. And when my university allows me, when I don't have very important classes or something like this. And I don't know if I'm gonna be like a supermodel or like something very huge, but for now it's just something to have fun, to experience new things, when I can, to do something new that not a lot of people my age can do it. So.
and why can't other people your age do it?
For example, I don't think many people can just finish university and the second day, literally, can come to Milan and stay for 1 month
Yeah.
or something like this.
Yeah. Economically, it's a challenge.
Economically, and not people have the guts. I know people that they wouldn't want to be that far away from their family for this period.
Is it so far away? I mean, how far is Milan from Bucharest?
2 hours with airplane.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, but it depends from people to people.
Okay. So, but you're saying most people you know, they wanna stay.
No, but they will get bored or something like
They'll
this.
get bored in Milan.
When you stay here 5 weeks, it starts to get boring.
But you still are able to, go wherever in Italy. Like, it still gives you more opportunities.
Yes, but it starts to be like in your country you've seen it already and it's very similar, and you get a little bored if you're not like with the right people or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I mean, if I was staying here for a year with my closest friends, we will do the stupid, the most idiotic things here. Like go on the Duomo, start screaming from the up, so or like something like this. So it depends on the people you are.
I think you touched on something that's very important actually. I don't think it matters where you are. You need to have friends because otherwise, yeah, it will be boring. You got to be able to connect with people. And then the inverse of that, I believe, when you have friends, it doesn't matter where you are. You know, you could still have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a very interesting realization for me because I was getting into traveling, and then I realized that I didn't like traveling actually. What I liked about traveling was being able to connect with people, and just going around and seeing stuff. It was cool, sure, and I could appreciate it intellectually, but it never
Yeah, you get bored
fulfilled
of it.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than boredom, and I would even say, even if I wasn't bored, even if I could look at churches and have a lot of information and intellectual stimulation, it still wasn't fulfilling to me. I would say it was deeper than boredom. It just wasn't fulfilling. And I don't know. I think that's a tricky thing that we all have to figure out as we're going around. But have you found it easy to make friends in Milan, for example?
Yeah. I was raised like you don't have a lot of friends. You can pick a couple of friends. You have a lot of uh, people you know, like acquaintances, but you don't have that kind of relationship with everyone. Yes, I have friends, but not every people that I meet and spend time with them, they can be my friends. Like yes, we are friends, but the lowest rank of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my friends that I spend and I talk almost every day, every week.
Yeah.
And friends that I haven't spoken in like a year or something, but we are still friends and we are still there rooting for each other.
Yeah.
And my best friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have friends here, but we are not so connected and we don't spend so much time together.
So in that sense, do you sort of feel isolated here?
No, but I'm an introvert, so I don't usually speak with a lot of people. So
Okay. Why do you call yourself an introvert?
because
Okay.
I am.
So I go back to the reason why I ask that is because I think that it's an interesting dichotomy, introvert versus extrovert. I think it's interesting because I consider myself an introvert my entire life, and now people look at me as more extroverted because I connect with people, and I would say I probably am more extroverted. But the classical definition is you get energy being around others, extroverted. You get energy being around yourself, introverted. I would say, now I'm speaking about myself, I would say that I get both. It just depends on if I feel genuine. And I don't know, I guess I find it as a weird dichotomy because it swings both ways. I think I have to listen to myself, and like earlier today, I could feel guilty about it. Like, oh, I'm traveling to a place and I'm just like staying inside for a day. Like I'm not like doing anything.
No,
But
I don't feel that.
yeah, because I felt like I just had to fucking process like the last couple weeks of travel, you know what I mean, and just chill. But then it was like, oh, cool, I can come and talk to you. Sweet, let's do that. And now I'm getting energy from this as well. So I feel like there's a balance to it.
Well, it depends. I usually like my company. There are a lot of studies that if you can go to have dinner with just yourself, or go to the cinema just yourself and be yourself and not look for anyone to be with you, you are very okay with yourself and that's very healthy. But if you seek just to have always a friend around you or always have someone around you, then you have some psychological problems and you have to resolve them.
Mm.
But I'm an introvert with strangers and I'm very extroverted with my friends. Because when I'm with my friends, I'm very optimistic and joyful and childish and everything. But when I'm around other people, I'm more serious, more. So it depends on the people I am with.
Mm. Interesting. Well, I would I would say that maybe that applies to a broader portion of people. I think that's a very natural thing when you don't know someone so much that you're gonna be a little bit more careful, I'll say, because you're not sure how you'll be received. Versus the people we know really well,
No, I don't
we
care how
can,
people. I don't care how people receive me. Like I am myself. I can't change. My mother is not gonna make another like me. So,
of course.
but I don't like to connect with a lot of people. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But at the moment, that's how I feel. And I've been like this all my life. So
No, I guess what I meant is not necessarily. Yeah, now that's making me think about it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I act. I guess I've learned to be more careful around people that I don't know so much or I haven't had so many interactions with because maybe my sense of humor will be very off-putting or whatever else. And the typical phrase is offend someone or something. Of course, I want people to feel good around me, and so it's hard to gauge that. And if someone's a stranger, it's hard to know exactly how to do that. Now, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that's quite a people pleaser thing to say. And one of the other things I believe is that it's important to just be honest and to be true. And so I don't know. I think those two things need to have a balance because you can't. I guess I won't say anything one extreme or the other extreme, but it's hard to. I don't know. It's hard to say when to completely be yourself around others, if you'll be safe or not safe. I guess that's what it comes down to, whether people will completely reject you for who you are, which again, it's okay because, I mean, I think, you're a very confident person. I consider myself a very confident person. It's fine. Rejection's great. It just means those people aren't going to vibe with me, so that's cool. That's great. It's not that. I don't necessarily know. I think it's something that I have to continue to talk about or to continue to think about to figure out. But it is like a tricky thing, knowing when and how to be honest. I think there's a couple ways of being honest. I think you can be a dick. You can be really rude with it, and then you can also just be silent, and then that's also very rude as well. And so there's a balance in conveying and being yourself out in public and letting the world enjoy us, because I think that we're all here to be a part of the world. We're not here to just cut ourselves off, but maybe some people are. I don't know. I think that we all are living different experiences to bring back different experiences. So I won't say one thing or another. It's confusing. I confuse myself when I talk, by the way, because I go one side and then I go the other side because I'm like, I don't believe that side, I don't believe this side. So I don't know if I'm just completely speaking nonsense, but maybe some of that relates to how you think.
well, I know myself. I know where I stand, where I am in this world, and yeah, I tend to not be so confident. Trust me. But my mom and my friend, they are there to straighten myself, to say, you idiot, you are you who you are. But for example, now she was texting me, so. But I, I'm not so confident all the time, but I know when to be, and it depends. With a group of friends, I'm very confident, and usually I'm the leader. But there are people that I'm not so confident, and I let my guard down, and I can be more emotional and sensible. It depends on the case, on the day I had, and everything.
Because, again, I'm going to be idealistic here. To try to paint a more perfect, I'll say, reality, which I don't think can exist, but it'd be nice. If we could be that sensitive self that we are without our barriers to the world, wouldn't that make the world a better place?
No,
Why not?
because everyone has layers to it, to them, and you can't be completely honest with a person if that person is not completely honest with you. And depends on the vibe you have from that person. Maybe you shouldn't be so honest with them and open with them. It depends on the person. It depends on everything.
But then it takes someone. It requires someone to take the first step, right? There has to be an initiation. Otherwise, with that model, right, with the model of match someone's energy, which I think is probably a great model, I'm not dismissing it, but I'm saying the flaw with that model is it perpetrates negativity, right? It perpetrates separation. Oh, someone's going to be separate with me, I'm going to be separate. Someone's going to be negative with me, I'm going to be negative.
No, no. Because if a person is negative, I'm not gonna be negative as well. Again, it depends on my mood in that day. It depends on the person, because if a friend is having a bad day and they are very mean that day, I'm gonna be okay. Gonna be very acknowledgeable to their sentiments and everything they are feeling and like that. But if that is something they, again, it depends, because maybe that's how they are. They are very negative and they don't like, and so on, so on. But they are very good and kind-hearted persons. But again, it depends on it's that person's history, that person's problems, because everyone has problems. And
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is, and again, I think your model might be completely right. I'm just trying to pose a alternative. If we match someone's honesty, right? If we're only as honest to others as they are to us, then we can never get deeper with others. But, and here's the alternative, if we are honest as much as possible as we are with ourselves, because we can only be as honest to others as we are with ourselves, so we have to be honest with ourselves, which hurts a lot. Hurts sometimes to acknowledge what's inside, I've found. But if we can be honest with ourselves and share that with others, then that gives others the opportunity to match that honesty. But if they don't wish to match that honesty, if they don't wish to match that vibe, then they'll go away. But it will attract others that will match that honesty. And that's how I try to live my life.
yeah, no. Again, it depends on the person. It depends on a lot of things. For me, maybe that's how was I raised and what my parents taught me. But I can be very friendly, but when you make me mad, I'm gonna be very
Cold.
Yeah, to that person. So
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's a very reasonable way to go through life. I think that's I think that's a safer way to move through life, because the more vulnerable, or the more honest you are, the more vulnerable you are. Right?
again, it depends.
And the colder you are, the safer you are, right? Because when you're cold, you put up boundaries and you don't let others
Yeah,
come
but
in.
if you put boundaries, it doesn't mean that that person doesn't get mad or is not sad about what people think about them.
But it's safer for yourself because
Because you can be honest and don't care what people think about you, and you can be a joyful person and make others be like you, so it's okay. But you can be cold but care about what people think about you, and
oh, I see.
so it depends again.
So yeah, there's more factors. I guess the way that I see it is
Because
someone.
my attitude is not gonna be like, maybe my attitude works on me but not on you, because again, we are different countries, we are different stories, we are different everything, so it depends on the person. And or me and my sister, we are raised the same way, we have the same trauma and everything, but I'm very different from her, so
Yeah, but I think there's some things that everyone shares, and I guess again, I try to simplify things and then break them apart, make them complicated. In this case, I'm trying to simplify. Maybe I'm oversimplifying, but when I say someone acting cold or someone with boundaries is doing that out of protection, it's because and maybe someone won't respect them, even if they have boundaries, or maybe they'll still. People will act them, or I'll say, in this hypothetical, let's say someone's just as mean to them with or without their boundaries, or with or without their coldness. But at least on the inside, if you're cold, you can be assured you're like, I was right for being cold. I was right for not trusting that person. But now in that same situation, if someone was mean to you or betrayed you or whatever, and you were vulnerable, you were open to it, even though it's the same action, I think it hurts more because you had faith, you trusted them, right?
yeah.
And so it's almost like it's pain from yourself, because you thought that it was going to. It's almost like a self-mad, like a self-hate.
Yeah,
like,
but when, for example, I had a very best friend, and we've been through a lot of things together, and we were from the same neighborhood and everything, but we kind of drifted apart. And when she betrayed me, as you said, I wasn't so emotionally impacted by that. I was like, okay, I kind of felt it was coming, because we drifted apart, and we weren't so good, and she was just looking for drama, and I wasn't. So again,
but it still hurts, doesn't it?
no, I'm okay.
Because I don't know. I've been in similar situations, and it just, for me, it's tough to know that I really cared about someone, I really loved someone.
Yeah, it's
they
annoying
really
because
meant
you've
some-
spent so many moments and everything with them, but I still had my very, very best friend and my family and my friends, and I wasn't so hurt by it because I felt it was coming, and there were a lot of drama between us already, and I was like, okay, no, we're gonna draw a line and everything. So
Gotcha. So it wasn't such a significant event that it.
no, it was because we were friends for 16 years.
Do you think it's something that could be rekindled, or it's totally over?
I don't know. And right now I don't care.
That's something that you would wait for her to.
No, I'm not waiting for her. We've both moved on.
No, I know, but when you said I don't know, I'm saying the
Maybe, I don't know, in the future we are gonna be at least talk with each other. Acquaintances. And yeah, maybe. But I'm happy with my persons, and
Yeah.
I'm not looking for her.
Yeah.
I'm looking for myself, for me to be happy, and not others.
Good for you. I think that's important. When you look for, I guess it depends how much a person meant to you, maybe. How much a person showed you things. Like for me, what's tough is sometimes it's easy to forget. Sometimes, like with these people, like it's easy for our bodies to forget, I guess. Like for example, if they were really passionate about something or like something, and you would share things with them that you saw in the world because you knew they were passionate about something. When you see those things in the world, you can for a second want to share that with that person, but then you're unable to. It's like your body forgets, and then you have to remember it over again. So I guess I think it depends on how big of an impact that person had.
No, she had a big impact in my life, but I knew we were done, and I couldn't forgive her, and she thought I was to blame, and we left things unspoken. Yeah, that hurt more because we didn't finish our problems, but
Would you like to share what happened?
it's old news, so it's okay.
Okay.
But it was something that maybe we should have talked then, but now it's has
Too much time has passed.
Yeah, I think 2 years. So no, 1 year and a half. And I said, okay, we're done, so we move on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strange world, you know? Yeah. I find it so easy to say, I want to move forward, I'm going to do this. But then, still in the back of my mind, for situations I've had, similar situations I've had, there's still something there that's like, it's a shame. It's a shame almost. It just feels like at first it was much more annoying, and now it's just like it's a shame because I'd like to be idealistic. I'd like to say I want to be nice if I could stay in contact with everyone, or not even stay in contact, but just have left on good terms with everyone
I tried that too,
met in
but
this life.
you can't make a person like you.
Of course.
And you can't make that person have a good memory with you.
Of course.
Because maybe it's a good memory for you, but for them not. So
Yeah.
you try your best and hope that is the best for them too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a harsh reality of life, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. But that's the word,
That's life.
yeah. No, grazie.
Yeah, damn. I like this area.
Everyday life, someone comes with a rose to you to make some pocket money. That's why I love this part of Milan because
That happens to you every day?
yeah, and they try to give you bracelets, lucky bracelets. They will just come to you and put a bracelet on your hand, even though you don't want it, and they will secure it very tightly. Then they will ask for money because you have the bracelet on your hand.
Oh yeah, I was talking to someone and she was saying, like, they're like, oh, I can take a photo of you. And then took a photo and was like, now give me money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like skimming for shit. I guess that happens in any big tourist place, right?
Yeah.
What fascinates me about that is how these people are able to support themselves off of just doing that.
I don't know. Really,
Like-
I don't.
Like for example, in Napoli, there was a dude that I saw. I was there like 4 nights, and I saw him every night. And I could have been at different places, different piazzas, whatever. He had like a little leaf. He would take a leaf from a tree, and he would like play like a trumpet basically with the leaf. It's the same guy every time, and every time I'm like, please, I don't want like before he started, he would always do it, and he just made his rounds, and it's amazing to me because, I mean, good for him if he's able to make a living doing that, but it's at the same time it's like it's kind of frustrating to be in a place where
You have to work and they don't.
say that again.
You have to work and be a good Samaritan and everything, and just they just come and beg.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some artistic thing in it. Like, yeah, he did a talent and whatever, but it's the attitude. It's the attitude with which it comes off. I think for a lot of people, I think more people, if someone's just like playing music or making artwork or doing something on the street or whatever, and they're not pandering, I think that brings quality to a place, right? Because there's nice music, there's someone, an artist, there's a musician, there's someone doing something. That's good to have around. That brings good energy. But people that are doing things just to try to be like, haha, I caught you off guard, now give me something.
Yeah.
That's a different energy, and to me that makes a place less enjoyable to be in. Even though both of them come from talent, sure, they both require a certain talent, but it's just a different attitude.
Yeah.
But again, I guess it works. I guess there's people that it works on, and so they're able to do it. It's just annoying. But do you so this area around the Castello, is this an area that's nice to be? Would you say?
Yeah, because there are a lot of people here, different kind of. You have the tourists, you have the persons from here, and because it's on the main road and everything, it's very funny to see a lot of people. Before you came, there were like 5 people that were dressed in princesses and princes and everything, and they would just sing antique music, I think. I don't know.
Classical?
No, like medieval.
Okay. They were dressed like princesses?
They went from Duomo to Castello, like this. Like,
Just like all dressed up like, what's it called? Like,
a parade.
no, I know, but like there's a specific thing where you dress up and you act as something, whatever. I'm forgetting. But and you were saying earlier it's mostly tourists now, like for Thursday through Monday, it's mostly like a tourist.
Because people come and they forget to leave.
They come and they forget to leave? That happens?
Yeah, they come and they stay too long and they're very nosy.
Too long in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm a European. We are very like that.
You're like what?
Like, when I hate crowds. Today I had a job through crowds and I had to make some amends or something, and there were so many people around me that it got me so tired just walking, just looking for something, and I had to eat something and drink an espresso because I was almost falling asleep on my feet because of the crowds, because of the people. And
no, so you brought that up. I think that's such an interesting idea. And you're giving me shit for yawning, rightfully so. Because I'm like, why the fuck am I tired? There might be something there. Like if you're around a bunch of people, it might just be like information overload, some sort of sensory thing, where your body just. I'm trying to think, like, what is that chemically? You know what I mean? There's some chemical reaction.
In my country, it's called energetic vampire because
Say that again?
Energetic vampire.
Energetic vampire.
Yeah, because the people can be, we call it vampire energetic.
Yeah.
And it's like a person that can attract your energy and take your energy, and you'll get just very tired and have a lot of Down syndrome because you're like, oh, with that person, but you can get your energy back when you leave that person and you're not in around her or him or
So it's with specific people.
yeah. And you don't have to be that way all the time, but
So I'm tired because you're sucking my energy. That's what you're saying.
yeah, maybe that.
So how do I learn this magic?
Well, you don't. It's just like the way that person is, but it can change. I mean, today I can be a energetic vampire, or tomorrow I'm gonna give my energy to someone. It depends.
Or like energy batteries.
Yeah.
And sometimes okay. Because I've definitely made people tired before, for sure. Interesting. I feel like I've heard of that, but never really understood it. I still don't understand it, but I think that's a...
Well, in my part of Europe, we are a lot of in beliefs like we. I forgot how it's said in English. Like you can, if you say make a person a compliment or something, it's mostly in Arabia too. If you make someone a compliment or something or admire them for too long, you're gonna make them feel sick. Yeah,
What?
it happens. Yeah.
Wait, if you compliment someone, you make them sick.
Yeah, it depends on yourself because if you have that in yourself, if you are wonder about that person very much, like, oh, you're so beautiful, and you say that a lot, you can just make that person feel sick. Usually my head explodes and I want to vomit and everything when that happens to me, yeah.
When you're
And
complimented.
yeah, too much. It depends on the person and everything. And it's very common. For example, I know in Morocco you don't usually have to make compliments because if this happens, they're gonna be very angry on you.
Wait, where?
In Morocco. Morocco.
Morocco. What?
Yeah, there are a lot of Arabian countries like Libya, Syria.
But
We
don't-
all believe in that.
I mean, I can see an angle where someone's trying to be predatory and they use compliments as a way to be predatory.
Jinx. I think it's called jinx.
Jinx.
Yeah, no,
When
not
you
jinx.
when you jinx someone, it's like if you say something good is gonna, or it's like, man, I'm so glad it's not raining, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's raining.
No, they're not jinx.
That's jinxing.
I forgot how it's called, but it is very common. I have a friend from Morocco, and she told me that in their country is more worse than in my country. Like some people believe in it, some people don't. In her country, everyone believes in it.
So you can't compliment someone in Morocco.
You can, but it depends.
But it's like an insult.
No, they can accept it, but if you make it you make a lot of compliments and something, it can have a bad effect on them.
Do you believe in this?
Yeah, because it happened to me, so.
But do you think it has anything to do with the compliment, or do you think it has to do with the intention of the person?
No, not the intention.
If
the person
if someone is
itself.
just like, okay, like for example, if I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful church tower, you know what I mean? Like nothing,
No,
or like
you have to make it to a person because
no, but I'm saying it's the same thing, right? So if I receive a compliment and it's from a genuine intention of someone just admiring or whatever, I don't think that lowers me in any way.
no, it doesn't lower you, but it can have a bad impact on yourself, and usually people get sick, like they have headaches, very bad headaches, and migraines, and usually very sick, and they have.
And that comes from compliments?
Yeah, you can.
That's so interesting. That's so fascinating. I've never heard of that in my life.
Well,
This is a common Eastern European thing?
yeah, and from Arabia also.
Okay. And so what, does this come from, this is just like a superstition? Does it come
Yeah,
from...
it's a superstition, but everyone believes in it, so
Wow. That's fascinating. And because yesterday you were telling me about a couple other like superstitions that you have
Yeah, I've
in
talked
Romania.
with my friend from Belarus, and she was like, we had a debate if there are some good luck superstitions, and we couldn't remember a single one. We could remember the bad luck superstitions, but we couldn't remember a good one. And we concluded that they don't exist.
Well, maybe, here's my theory. Maybe people just don't remember the good ones as much as they remember the bad ones. Because the bad ones, it's like, oh shit, I don't want the bad thing to happen to me. But the good thing, it's like, it's easy to forget about that. People are more worried about the bad things happening. Or is it the case that they literally just don't exist?
No, they exist. Like, if the sun, if you can see the, I forgot how they're called, the
Rays?
right rays. Yeah, if you see the rays of the sun, it means that tomorrow is gonna be sunny, because the sun is looking back. That's how we said.
Okay.
The sun is looking back, but like now, he doesn't. You can't see the rises, and it means that tomorrow is gonna be or cloudy, or it's gonna be raining, and
I'm sorry, that's so bullshit.
you can't see a rise. Yeah. Now look at the at meteo and tell me if it's gonna be raining tomorrow.
I know it's gonna be raining tonight.
Well,
But okay, okay. You're right in this case.
no,
But
I'm right.
in every case. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah.
And no, I've definitely seen a sunset without rays in the sky and it's been sunny the next day.
Yeah, but it depends on how you look at it. Because I know how to look to see if it's gonna be.
Oh,
sunny.
I have to develop eyes for it.
No, but look, now it's just. It's not a beautiful sunset.
yeah.
So
But it's
gonna
not it's not an ugly sunset.
Be, yeah. It's not pretty.
I mean, I can't be looking at Castello and this statue and whatever else and say that like with the sun behind it, it's not beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but the sunset is horrible.
It's not, yeah. It's, okay. Fair enough. I mean, different standards. Different standards. But do you think living a life with superstition is beneficial?
It's good that people believe in something, because if you don't believe in something, you don't have hope, and it's not so good. But you don't have to believe so hard that you do stupid things for this
Well,
beliefs.
yeah, so I think there's a wide spectrum. But you were just saying that there's rarely good superstitions, or there's hardly any good superstitions. So it's not even hope. It's more fear. Isn't there more fear about something bad
No,
happening?
it's not fear, because
It's oh, someone complimented me. Now I'm gonna have a headache.
no, because you
Or
don't.
I don't want anyone to compliment me because I'm gonna have a headache.
No,
That-
we don't
isn't
care
there-
about
isn't there
that.
fear?
But the thing is that you realize it after, when you start getting sick, and you realize, oh, someone admired me today too hard or something, and it's funny for people that don't know.
Okay, I'm not trying to be offensive, but
No, it's
I
okay.
genuinely don't know, and for me it's just strange. That's why I'm laughing.
Well-
Listen, you could be totally right. I could be totally wrong. I have no idea. It's just funny from my point of view.
Yeah, because it depends on the superstitions and your beliefs. If you believe in it, yeah, it can happen to you. If you don't believe in it, it couldn't.
Sure.
I know that I'm very sensible at that, and I'm very sensible at people's energy. If someone has a bad energy, I tend to be tired and cranky and everything. But again, it depends on the person.
Wow. Are there any other superstitions that you can recall right now? I to be honest, again, I'm sorry if I'm not trying to belittle it. I just find it very interesting.
Yeah, but in Europe in general, but more specific in Christian countries like Italy, Spain, East Europeans, we believe in these superstitions. And if you broke a window, you have 7 years of bad luck and something. But
If you break a window,
yeah,
or you were saying a mirror.
a mirror. Yeah, sorry.
So if you break a mirror, but how does one break a mirror?
You just drop it.
Oh, if you're carrying a mirror and you drop it.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. So if you're carrying a mirror, you have to be really careful
yeah,
because that's years of bad luck.
yeah,
That's a lot of bad luck.
yeah.
Do you have the one when you like pass a cemetery, you hold your breath, or is that just like
No.
an Americanized version of
No,
some
we don't have that.
superstition?
Because we are. I think my first funeral was at 3 years old or something like that. We are very used to go to the cemetery and remember our
Loved ones.
loved ones, not loved ones. Maybe I haven't met
People
my
you know.
great grandfather, but I go and
Family, ancestors.
yeah, and I go and I make something for him and I lit a candle and everything. But we are very used to that and having a party for the dead people and everything. So we are not so death. We're like, okay, well, we're welcoming the death and everything.
Yeah. No, I think that's important, is to have an attitude that death